Hi guys, let's do the last and final video, that is the comprehensive problem in this particular topic. So let's copy all this and then we'll take it from there. So ABC Inc. is a retailer that sells electronic gadgets. The company uses a periodic inventory system for financial reporting but also maintains a perpetual system for internal control. Below is the inventory activity for a specific product during January. So we have first product, only one product given in the problem. Okay. So date Jan, then we have beginning purchase, sale, purchase, sale, purchase, then some units are given, cost per unit is there. So we have to calculate periodic inventory valuation and a FIFO LIFO weighted average. For specific identification, the information is also given. Then perpetual inventory valuation is also again maintain running inventory record and compute the ending inventory and COGS under FIFO LIFO weighted average. So why not specific identification does not have any difference between periodic and perpetual one. Okay, so there's nothing to worry there. All right, so let's take this information and start our problem. Oopsie, no, that does not work. So should I do a copy of the entire scenario one from all models and then delete the unnecessary part? Wouldn't that be easier for me? I'll do that. I'll take a copy of everything till here. And then we'll paste it here and we'll call it comprehensive problem. Comprehensive textbook problem. All right, let's see, this is not needed. Let's get rid of that and I'll call them layer. Okay, batches. For the question part, I'll leave it as batches, obviously. So Jan 1st beginning inventory, 1st Jan, $10 units at $50 each. Then batch 2, 5th Jan, purchased 15 units at 55 each. Then on 12th Jan sold 12 units, we don't know the rate. Then on 20th Jan purchased batch 3. 20th Jan purchased 20 units at 60 each. Then 25th Jan sold 18 units, we don't know the sales rate. Then 30th Jan purchased batch 4. 30th Jan purchased 10 units at 65 each. So total closing stock, I'll put a negative symbol for sales here and here. Okay, so total closing stock is 25. Stock available for sale per beginning stock plus purchases and units sold are 12 and 18. So 30 units are sold, 25 units are in closing stock. That's good. Okay, specific identification Jan 12 sale 5 units were from beginning inventory, 7 from the Jan 5. For Jan 25 sale 10 units were from Jan 28 units were from Jan 5. Okay, that is for specific identification. All right, just because I want to calculate profit also, I'll take the sales rates just randomly. I want to also calculate profit and compare that. That's all. Otherwise, I don't need to do that. Okay, if I don't want to, I don't need to. All right. I'll just highlight them here so that you can remember I am taking that as a assumption. All right. Completely weird, but still I'll leave it there. Okay, so let's start the calculation. So FIFO periodic, FIFO perpetual, then weighted average. Oh, this is, I was explaining you how weighted average is calculated, so that is not relevant to this question. So weighted average periodic, weighted average perpetual. I'll only keep one material. One method. I don't need to explain you two methods. No need of this explanation. So this is all irrelevant. Okay. So I'll just cut this and paste them here. Okay, that makes it much easier. This is not scenario one. Oh, this is repetition of the scenario, na, for LIFO method. So we'll fill those things later. Okay, let's start the question then. All right, chalo, let's see. So we have this information. So first, FIFO periodic, 55 units available for sale, units sold 30, closing stock is 25. So what I'll do, okay, I'll go there, then we'll see that. So cost of goods sold, first let's calculate the cost of goods sold. Even before FIFO periodic, I would rather do the specific identification model. Na? Do I need to do all that for specific identification? Okay, no, hardly 3 lines are sufficient for specific identification. So I'll just copy this part, this here, call it specific identification, cost of goods sold. So the information clearly said, assume that for the Jan 12th sale, this 12 units, 5 units were from the beginning inventory, 7 units were from Jan 5 purchases. Okay, so cost of goods sold, 5 units were from beginning inventory at the rate of 50, plus 7 units were from the 5th purchases, Jan 5th purchases. Stick with me, ma. Sir, 5 units were from beginning inventory. So 5 into $50, 5 into $50. Then 7 units were from Jan 5th purchases. 7 into 55, Jan 5th purchases. Then for the Jan 25 sale, this 18 units sale, 10 units were from Jan 20 purchase. 10 units from Jan 20 purchase. 10 multiplied by Jan 20 rate is $60, plus plus 8 units were from Jan 5 purchases. Okay, 8 multiplied by Jan 20, oh, Jan 5 purchases. Okay, that's 55. 7 plus 8, 15. Okay, matched. So that is my cost of goods sold. Total 4 times we, 2 times we sold from 4 different batches. So cost of goods sold is calculated. Now closing stock. So first, from beginning inventory, how much did we sell? From beginning inventory, we sold 5 units were sold from the beginning inventory. So that means in that 10 minus 5 multiplied by 50. That is for the beginning inventory part. Then this entire 15 was sold. From this we sold, from Jan 20 purchases we sold 10 units were sold from Jan 20 purchase. Okay, so Jan 20 purchases, 20 minus 10 multiplied by 60. All right, so that is my COGS and closing stock under specific identification. Let's see. So total units sold 30 and closing stock 25. Total units sold, where did I do that? Yeah, total units sold 30, closing stock 25. That is fine. So I don't want to do FIFO, LIFO and all. I want to go for specific identification. Where is specific identification? Oops, I did not give the solution in specific identification. Huh? Ayayo. Okay, I'll add that later. Okay, 1675 and 850. 850 versus 1550, that much difference. Oh, okay, last batch is also there, na, completely. We forgot about that. This entire batch is left, nothing is sold from that. So that's 655 at 1500. Okay, close enough. So 1500 and 1675, close enough now. So I'll leave that. You can add this to the solution here. That is fine. Then let's do FIFO periodic first. So this part is fine. Cost of goods sold. We sell from the first batch whatever is available. So total we have to sell 30 units. So let's see how many units we sold at and at what rate, and how many units are left in each batch. So batch 1. So we need to sell a total of 30 units. So first we'll sell from beginning inventory, that is batch 1. Then we'll sell from first purchases, that is 15. So still we need to sell 5 units. So that I'll take from batch 3. So from batch 3, 30 minus 10 minus 15. So 5 units I need from batch 3. So the rates will be first opening stock at 50, then batch 2 at 55, and batch 3 at 60. All right. So that would be my COGS. Then closing stock would not have anything from batch 2. It would have from batch 3 and batch 4. So batch 3, how many units are left in batch 3? Total batch 3 we purchased 20. Out of that we sold 5. So 15 will be there in batch 3. Correct rate. And batch 4 we purchased 10 and at the rate of 65. So that means total 25 is there in the closing stock, and closing inventory is 1550. So FIFO periodic, let's, okay, here only na solution. FIFO periodic 1550 and 1625. 1550 closing stock, 1625 COGS, perfect. Okay, let's do FIFO perpetual. So for that I'll have to okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 rows. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, one more row I need here. So I'll copy one more row and we'll copy this, copy from here and then paste them here. I should have used formulae, but still that's okay. All right, so yeah, everything is from there, so that works. All right, so let's do FIFO perpetual. So COGS, nothing is being sold at this point, so nothing in closing stock, and sorry, nothing in cost of goods sold. Closing stock will be the amount. Then we purchased, so no COGS, and previous closing stock plus current month purchase, sorry, current date purchases. Then we sold $62. Then we sold something at 62. So the COGS for this will be 12 units. So first 10 units are sold at the rate of 50, and then total 12, 10 are gone, so 2 more units. 12 minus 10 multiplied by 55. All right, so the closing stock would now be this is gone, so here this entire 10 is gone na? So here we consumed 2 units, so 15 minus, sorry, 15 minus 2 multiplied by 55, that is there in the closing stock. Then this is purchases, so that plus current purchases. Then again we sold, how much we sold? 18 units were sold, so here 2 units were sold, so 13 are remaining. So 13 multiplied by 55 plus 18 minus 13 multiplied by 60. Yeah. So closing stock will now have how many? 13 were there. That then we sold 18. So 5 more we sold. So 15 will be there. So 15 multiplied by 60. Okay. Then COGS first purchases is 0. So here previous closing stock plus current purchases. So closing stock will be the latest value and COGS will be the sum. 1625 and 1550. 1625, 1550. Sir, FIFO periodic, FIFO perpetual will give you same answer. If you did not get same answer, you did something wrong. So FIFO periodic, FIFO perpetual 1550, 1675. 1625. Is this a typo mistake or something? I remember making a small correction in the solution. It's a mathematical thing. Yeah, here. It was printed as 550 instead of 500. So, okay. 1625. Just a small correction there. Need to enable to lock. No. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So then we'll have FIFO perpetual is done. Then let's do weighted average. So for weighted average, we have batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, and batch 4 is also there. So I'll copy that and then we'll take it from here. So batch 1, batch 2, batch 3, batch 4. Copy, paste. Batch 1, 2, 3, 4 are copied and pasted here. So amount will be that multiplied, then total amount is that, and total quantity is that. So weighted average rate will be total amount divided by total quantity, so 57.73. COGS will be, how many units did we sell? COGS 30. Oh, it was correct only. Oh, okay, it was correct only. Okay, so total 30 units are there in COGS and 25 units are there in closing stock. Perfect. Okay, so that will be multiplied with that average rate. So 1732, where is our summary? Oopsie. Weighted average periodic 1732, 1732, and 1443. 1443. Perfect. So this is done. This is done. This, okay, this is done. This is not done. So weighted average perpetual, let's do weighted average perpetual. So weighted average perpetual, I think I need to add one more here and then bring up the data from here. Copy that. Okay, we don't need batch information, so we need some date. So till copy that, paste it here. Okay. Wait, did I paste something wrong? Why was closing stock showing a sum of rate? Is that the same mistake in the previous one also? Yeah. Oh, here we had the method there. Okay, that's why it got there. All right, that's fine. When we shifted everything one cell to the left, that messed up the formula. Okay, sounds good. Where were we? Yeah, for your weighted average perpetual. So closing stock rate amount. Okay. Now let's copy this information. No, this is only purchases. No, this one. Yeah. Date transaction unit rate amount. date transaction unit rate amount, paste it there, insert one more cell here, use the format painter for this. So we'll have 25 units in closing stock. Okay, so let's do inventory units in stock and weighted average calculation. Okay, so now here it would be inventory would be amount there, units in stock would be, we have 10 units in stock, weighted average would be inventory divided by units in stock, then 500 plus 825 units in stock will be 10 plus 15, total 25, weighted average this divided by number of units in stock. I'll just copy that downwards. Then we sold some items, so 825 minus 744, here sales will be taking the previous weighted average rate, so that is one important point we need to always remember. All right, so stock in units would be that's the easiest method to do. All right, 112. Acha. What was there earlier? Amount plus amount. Okay. Acha, that's why the formula. Okay. All right. Inventory plus amount. Okay. Now it makes sense. All right. Then after that, we purchased some more. So inventory will be 689 plus 1200, 1889. Units in stock will be 13 plus 20, 33. Average will be 57 now. So I'll just copy this downwards, I believe. Then wait, how did, okay, here we did not take the rate. So for sales, we'll take the rate, previous weighted average rate. Okay. COGS is, no, this and that. COGS is 1666 and closing stock is 1508. Is that close enough? 1666, COGS is correct. Closing stock 1508. Why did I get 1485 in the material? 1485. How much is the difference? $23 difference. How come? Let's check the solution. FIFO. Oh, specific identification I gave in the solution. I thought I did not. All right, it's there. So nothing to be done there. It was just not included in the solution summary itself. All right. So weighted average perpetual. This is what we were doing right now. Okay. So recalculate average after each purchase. After Jan 5th, average will be 53. Correct. Average will be 53. Then again, after Jan 12th sale, COGS will be 12 into 53, 636, correct, 636. New average will be 53.08. New average will be 53, not 53.08. 500 plus 825 minus 500 plus 825 minus 636, that is 689 divided by 25 minus 12, 13, correct. I'm getting 53 here, not 53.08. Rounding off, okay. Looks like the solution rounded it off. Because the values are exactly the same, just the this is 53.00 in our Excel solution, while rounded off it was 53.08 it seems. Then 57.24, final average 59.4, we got 60. Why? How is that? COGS is 1030, correct. So COGS values are perfectly matched. Then how come Ending inventory is 25 into 59. I got 60. $1 rounding off difference. That much rounding off should not be there, na? This final average is uh, did I take the correct rate? 57, then COGS is there. It's 58 plus 650, 1508. 1508 divided by 25. 60.32. How much did we get in the Excel? 60.35. Close enough. Close enough. So that is okay. Okay, so definitely some rounding off issue only. So I'll leave the Excel one as is. I'll not make any changes. 1508, I'll leave it like that, not 1485. Looks in the last step, some rounding off issue happened here. That's okay. We got 60.35 now. 15? Not 8. All right. I'll leave it like that. I'll not stress too much about it. It's purely a rounding of, definitely a rounding of thing. So I'll ignore it. That I'll not worry too much about it. Okay. Then after that we have LIFO periodic and LIFO perpetual, and then we'll be done. So let's go ahead. It's already been what, 25 minutes. Okay. So LIFO periodic. This I already have in FIFO, so I'll just use that. Okay. So cost of goods sold for LIFO periodic. Under LIFO, we always assume to be selling from top to bottom, right? So first, this 12 units. Okay, periodic method. So for periodic, COGS will be total sold 30 units. So 30 units will sell from the bottom. So 10 at 65 plus, oh, we were doing it in batches now. Okay, so then it will be batch 4 and batch 3 and maybe batch 2, I don't know. Total I need to sell 30 units. So from batch 4, 10 units, from batch 3, 20 units. So 10 plus 20, 30. So batch 2 is not needed. Okay. Then the rate, batch 4 rate is 65. Batch 3 rate is 60. So 10 plus 20, 30 units are sold there. So 1850 LIFO periodic. LIFO periodic 1850. Okay, all right, that's fine. Then closing stock will have batch 2 and batch 1. So entire batch 2 and batch 1 are left, luckily for us in this question. So batch 2 15 units and batch 10 10 units. So total 25 in the closing stock, 25 in the closing stock. Batch 2 rate is 55 and batch 1 rate is 50. So 1325 is the closing stock. 1325 LIFO periodic. Perfect. Last one, LIFO perpetual. So for that, I'll need to copy the entire stuff from above. So I'll just take this, copy, paste. Oh, I need the batch information also. So I'll just take it from the first question itself. Copy, LIFO perpetual, paste it here. Delete these two. All right. Last and final, let's start. So COGS, this is beginning inventory, no COGS. So here also no COGS. I'm just putting 0 for all the purchases for COGS. So closing stock will be the amount, closing stock will be previous closing stock plus current purchases. Then we sold something, so here we'll have to calculate costs. This is LIFO method. So total 12 units are assumed to be sold from the latest batch of 55. So closing stock will have now 15 minus 12, so that is 3 units are left in batch 2, and plus entire batch 1 is there, so I'll take entire batch 1. Then this plus current purchases 1200. Then again here we sold 18 units, so 18 units are sold directly from here only, so is equal to minus 18 into $60, so that's 1080. So now here what is left in this batch 3, 20 minus 18, so 2 units are left in batch 3, yes, at the rate of 60, plus how many units are left in batch 2? 3 units are left in batch 2, plus entire batch 1. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What did I do? 20 minus 18 at $60. 2 into 60, 120. 315, not 315, bro. 15 minus 12. Okay. Then again we purchased, so that plus purchases. All right. So 1740 and 1435. 1740, 1435. Perfect. There you go. So these are all the calculations. I believe this summary is perfect. Okay, FIFO periodic, closing stock from FIFO periodic, sales, yes, good, sales amount, profit. All right, there you go. We have all the information that is needed, and you can cross check. I already cross checked everything except for which one was that, weighted average perpetual. Everything else is exactly tallied, so I'll not worry about that rounding off 10 $20 differences and all, so I'll ignore. So specific identification total cost is 1500. Let's check once that also. Specific identification total stock 1500 here, ending inventory, and cogs is 1635, 1675 or 1635. Oops, let's check. Okay, definitely I made a calculation mistake there, I guess. 5 units at 50, 5 units at 50, 7 units at 55. Okay, 5 50s are 250 and 7 to 55. Two 50, 385 plus 250 is 635. This is 250 and this is 7 multiplied by 55, 385. Wow, I made such silly mistakes. 250 plus 385, 635. Okay, this is 635. Maybe while typing 5 and 6 must have been transposition. Okay, then after that here 10 units at 60, right? 10 units at 60 and 8 units at 55. Yeah, values are correct, only just the calculation mistake. This would be 10 into 60 is 600, 8 into 55 440. This is not 1100, 1040. So 635 plus 1040. 1675. Yeah. Okay. It could be either silly mistake. Okay. Calculation issue only. All right. So that looks good. Have some corrections to make in the material, it seems. All right, guys. So with that, I'll wind this up. And oh, here also I see same mistake. Did I change the question somehow? It looks like I changed the question later because same values were taken here also. Instead of 500, 550 was taken. Okay, might be. Whatever. See, this is what happens when you create questions by yourself. Now you tend to make silly mistakes here and there because you go back and change the question, some values, whatever happens, and you forget to update that some places. Those will remain. All right. Anyways, so that will be corrected in the next edition of the material. Anyways, so I'll see you in the next video. Until then, keep smiling. Take care. Bye bye, guys.